Okay, hey everyone, this is Pete once again, and this is our third video in our series about launching a product online, making 10,000 bucks in literally 10 minutes. Remember, I'm going to keep reminding you of this. Don't tell my wife. And I tell you, someone last week tried to bust me, and I know who you are. I will find you. I shall Twitter you. Seriously though, I hope you enjoy the series here. I'm having a lot of fun, but please don't tell Karen because she'd kill me with all this information that I'm giving away for free. And literally, she's upstairs actually talking to somebody about an info mastermind group that we're starting in February. But nonetheless, Pete Treloar here, your Colorado GKIC business advisor. Between my wife, Karen Schaefer, and I, we run the GKIC marketing chapter up in Denver. Anyway, we did this online product launch like a couple weeks back, right? We literally made 10,000 bucks in 10 minutes. And a bunch of the Colorado GKIC members at the last chapter meeting, which we do on the first Wednesday, by the way, of every month, you're all invited if you're not already coming. Well, they cornered me about this launch and said, Pete, you got to show us how you did this. So we kind of broke this down into 5 individual segments, and this third one here is really circulating around how we use social networking in order to increase leads and also to keep people in the funnel engaged and focused on the product and what the product could do in the midst of actually doing the product launch. Okay, so really this presentation is more about exactly how you need to think about social networking and kind of putting it into perspective, which is a little tough nowadays because everybody seems to have their own idea about what social networking is. But let me share with you our funnel, okay? And the best way to think about this, I think, is to relate it to real life, okay? We've got networking sites out there like the Twitter that I've suggested on previous videos that you guys will join me on, right? LinkedIn, Facebook, blogs, so forth and so on. And then, of course, there's all these individual websites out there, landing pages, collecting first name and email. It can get very, very confusing. So if we just relate it to real life, follow me for just a second. Let's say social network is like talking to people, right? It's just being social. So imagine if you met somebody on the street, okay? And you basically talk about, kind of not mundane, but, average conversation. What are you doing right now? Oh, I'm taking my dog for a walk. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. I got a dog just like that, really, and she misbehaves just as badly as your dog as well. You just start having a casual conversation, right? If there's a connection there, then maybe, you have a cup of coffee, right? And you start talking about what business you're in, right? And say, oh, well, I do this. I do information marketing. I have a mastermind program up in Denver, or, I have an auto shop store down in Colorado Springs, or, I have a design center in Westminster, or whatever, right? You start talking about what business you are in. And if there's a connection there, then maybe you eat later on in their office, so to say, and really actually do some business together. Now, if you think about that process, and relate that to what can happen online, I think a couple lights may go on for you. So let's kind of break that down. There was 3 parts to that whole thing. Meeting on the street, going to have coffee, and then actually meeting in the office, right? Well, that's exactly what happens online with social networking, guys. And I'll be honest with you, I learned this from Perry Belcher, who Russell Brunson turned me on to. And use it, guys. It really, really works. The first step, meeting on the street is like running into somebody on Twitter. Okay, just a simple answering the question, hey, what are you doing right now? Well, I'm about to go out and do a morning jog, or I'm waiting for the plane to deplane so I can get on my flight to St. Louis, or whatever the case may be. You're just answering the question, what are you doing right now? And that's exactly what you do on Twitter, okay? If somebody kind of converses back and forth with you on your Twitter account, and you get into the conversation about, well, hey, what business do you do? Maybe you give them a link to a video that explains a little bit about what one of the businesses or the business that you happen to be in. Well, that link may take you to their Facebook account or their LinkedIn account or even their blog, okay, where there's a little bit of a closer communication. In other words, it's like you're talking to them about your business over coffee. And online, they're in your blog doing that, or they're linked up with you on Facebook. And from there, if there's another link to realize that that person may need to do some business with you to meet a need that they have, well, then right from your blog, there is a link that goes out to either your main website or some sort of landing page or sales page about a product or an event or something like that. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea as to the social networking funnel that we use. Networking sites, inviting them to a cup of coffee, in other words, get them to your Facebook account, and then also finally maybe get them to an individual website where you actually sell something, okay? So I hope that all makes sense for you. If you have any questions about that, just click on that little link below, and that'll connect you to my Twitter account, and you can ask me questions on that as well. Now, next time, I am going to talk about the very specific steps communication-wise, the actual emails and the building of a sublist that we did for the actual product launch, okay? So hang loose on that one. Lastly, we are going to be doing on January 29th an online training program that talks in grave detail about all these individual steps. So there's another link below this video page. Go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you all sorts of information about that as well. Okay, I better run. I think Karen's done with her call. I will catch up with you guys later. Bye.